All right, good evening, everyone. The time is now 7:02, February 24th, 2026. We'll kick off the school board meeting with a pledge of allegiance. Please rise. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good roll call, please, Mrs. Wright.
Certainly. Mr. Albert is absent. Mr. Badger,
Here.
Mr. Eisenhower,
Here.
Mr. Gardner,
Here.
Mr. Hausnick is absent. Miss McCoy here. Miss Meyer here. Mr. Young is absent.
All right, no recognitions or presentations on the evening. That'll take us to the first public comment portion of the evening. So residents and taxpayers can submit and concerns, matters, official deliberation before the board. You have 3 unpaused minutes.
Kelly, 113 North Street. Hey, Dan, I want to know, you say you put that stuff in upstairs, or you put it in a locker, or in the closet? Is that what you did with the trophies?
With the trophies that were in the old high school, yes, not the ones that you're looking for. Those are gone. I've never seen those.
Well, Mike Knott told me he put them upstairs in the attic. Now, the attic used to be at the main wing of the high school. I don't know if it's there or not now or not, but I don't know. But there was the trophies we took in 9th grade. In football, we were 6-0. In wrestling, we were 6-0. In basketball, we were 12-2. I'd like to know what happened to them trophies too. They were only small, but they were there. And I don't know. And I'd like to just say something about there's Gary Williams, Bud Williams, Richie Williams, and Tommy Williams. They were all contributed to the trophy case. And that's what I mean. This happened at another school, and they tried to get things back. They got 0 things back, and that's why I say, you said that you put the ones in a locker in a closet.
I have them in storage.
Okay, what are you gonna do with them? You have them in there. Do you anybody else know which storage you've been there? Anybody besides the janitor did help you put them in there, or so? Who helped you put them in there?
There are other people that know they're in there, yes.
Well, is this storage have it for more than other stuff in it too, or what? Just trophies?
Just the trophies and some pictures.
Yeah, how about this
Former superintendent's pictures are down there.
how about the foreign exchange students?
Jack, that's your 3 minutes, bud. Thank you. Come back up for the second half. I'm seeing no one else in the room. We'll go to Zoom. If you would like to post a comment, please raise your hand. All right, seeing none, that'll close the first public comment portion of the evening. We'll move to general agenda items. I'd like to do 3-1 separately, and then we'll combine the rest of those after the fact, if everyone's okay with that. So we'll start 3.1 motion pursuant to section 315 of the school code to appoint Amanda Kling to fill the board vacancy caused by Brenda Oberheim's resignation and to serve as a board member for the remainder of the term for December 2027. I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any questions, comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Congratulations.
Welcome.
You get to sit right in the corner, facing out though.
It's not on purpose, I swear, it's so brother.
When you get situated, you want to take a minute, kind of introduce yourself a little bit?
Please have the record show that Amanda Kling is in attendance for our board.
So, hi, my name is Amanda Kling. I live in Upper Fairfield Township. I am a licensed clinical social worker, and I am privileged of working in a school during the day. And I'm also a part-time trauma therapist. I am a parent of, well, I will be a parent in this fall. My son will be entering kindergarten. So I will be a parent in the district. So I represent, I guess, the voice of, us in town and the community, as a parent and as a school employee as well. So, thank you.
All right, thank you. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Thank you for stepping up to fill the role here. It's very rewarding. Right, so now we will combine 3.2 through 3.9. Take a moment to peruse through those, and then we will take a motion to approve. And then Mrs. Kling to have an agenda. Does she have anything?
Oh, there's one.
She's in board docs as well.
Yeah.
You have access to it in there?
Sebastian's here. I guess Sebastian's here.
She's in.
Yes.
Don't leave the country. Pick you out.
She's in, yep.
If you're old school like.
Get
me, I
ready
like
for
it.
it next
I
year.
do, I like
Or
paper.
actually this year, yeah. Once I'll get kicked out again.
No.
That's the mini version.
All right, so I'll take a motion to approve 3.2 through 3.9. Motion approved.
Second.
Any questions or comments on those?
You're never gonna get.
All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
I.
Aye. All opposed. Let's have it. We'll check out the cities. All right, personnel. I think we can combine 4.1 and 4.2 as well. Take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve. Second.
Any questions? Comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Very well. Transportation, 5.1 approval of the following addition to the bus driver and aid list for the 2025-2026 school year. That would be Rianne Bauer, Promise Line Busing. Take a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve. Second.
Any
I was
questions?
trying to give it to you.
I just gave up.
I'm parent.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
I.
Aye, all opposed. Good, all right, 6. Discussion of future action items, 6.1 baseball field discussion. T.
So you received the proposal from AstroTurf that totaled just under 1 million. That did not include the engineering, which they also do as well. They also take care of the permitting, drainage, and it's a one-stop shop for turf. That engineering, the range they provided was 80 to 100,000. We of course would want to narrow that down to know their scope of work and such. I don't have that from them yet. The total with that engineering, I used the max number. It's about 1.05 million to turf both fields. The softball added 300,000 to just a little over 300,000 to just the baseball. That is going to keep us out of issues with Title IX. I found a few cases where baseball turfed, softball didn't. And in some of those, it came down to when it rains, the girls have to do more work than the boys to prep their field. And districts lost. So I would recommend if we're going to do one, we should do both.
So here's a
Just
question.
based on history with Title IX here in the district as well.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Does doing this address the drainage issues?
Yes.
And everything?
Yeah.
So it would also, since you're doing softball, I'm assuming that's because that's on the other side. Would that also affect that soccer field that's in the middle of
This
that?
does not include soccer in the middle.
So you're, okay, so.
That's one of my questions. is
So
the
that's
Scope
a-
over there.
Because if you're gonna address, it's not gonna fully address drainage then, because you're not gonna be, that field becomes a swamp area, right? So any runoff is now going to still go into like it's sandwiched in between the two. So you have to literally do this appropriately and not just keep on money after at something to put a Band-Aid on it, right? You're going to have to put mitigation across that whole lane, like, from where the baseball field is all the way to where that softball field is. Do you see what I'm saying? Because otherwise you're just putting a patchwork over at the softball field, you're just putting a patchwork over at the baseball field, and you have a swamp in the middle. And so that could also cause problems for that field too, because now you're just still gonna have drainage, and now it's just gonna sit there. And not that I don't want to try and fix the fields, but if we're gonna do this, let's do it similarly to how we went through everything with Lighter and Lyco Valley, is look long-term as opposed to, okay, we put a Band-Aid on it for now. Is it really gonna work? Because in order to do it correctly, you have to completely put a drain across that backfield, about like that whole hill. And then also, where is that drainage coming out at, right? So even if you mitigate around the baseball field and around the softball field, where's the outpour going? Is it going into the road going into McCall? So is that gonna get flooded when we have water coming out? Is the parking lot gonna get flooded? Like, where's the water going?
Ties into the stormwater system.
Okay,
with
so
the
that,
borough.
okay.
That's why
mean,
permitting
And how much is permitting and stuff gonna cost?
that was
Like,
included in the 80 to 100, but I don't believe that. I need to see
We don't believe that in
I
any
need
way,
to
shape,
see
or
what their scope includes.
And that's the other part of it, is that that's a lot of water going into that drainage system, and what is our likelihood of getting that approved by the borough? So there's a
Yeah,
lot,
I
like,
don't know.
right, so I feel like there's, like, and this is obviously we're in comment section, but I feel like there's a lot that needs to be looked at before we're like, yeah, let's go spend $1 million and re-turf it and sort of throw some water here and there. I'm just trying to future think.
That would probably all go underneath the engineering part of it and everything. And I do agree with you about looking at all three fields, because if you piecemeal it out, you're gonna have to pay the engineering cost more than once.
Right,
And all the setup fees and stuff. Why not get a quote for all three at once and see where it's at? And you make a decision on whether you just wanna do two, or if you wanna do all three. In the long term, cause years down the road from now, it's gonna cost you probably, who knows how much more to do it compared to now.
Right, and it doesn't, and it's only solving a problem, I mean, field is a muddy flipping mess, more so than the baseball field and the softball field, and it sits higher up. So that muddy mess is still gonna drain in, do you know what I mean, like, if they come in, look at that field after it rains, then you get, it's really bad. And so I just look at it from that perspective too, is that you gotta fix that whole, if you're gonna keep those facilities there and we're gonna maintain those facilities, because for whatever reason, the JV and the middle school girls play on that crappy field. I can't believe no one's gotten more hurt than they have. It's fine for practice, but for games, it's ridiculous, but whatever. Especially when we have a nice field over here to play on. Something needs to be done to that too. So you can't, like, if you're gonna start digging there, it's better just to throw it all in there.
The
Cause it's
district's,
right in the middle.
if the district's gonna put the money into it, say we do, you're gonna have to look at the fact of, isolating the availability for people to access those fields. Cause of the money that you're putting into them, you don't wanna have
Right.
just open fields where anybody can get on them,
I think if
you know what I
you
mean?
incorporate the third one too, you can call it more of a complex.
Mhm.
And
Right.
as a complex, you can get
You can
big,
name the whole
large
thing as a
donors that
complex.
big families might wanna
Yeah.
put their name on that complex and theirs paid for it.
So that was one of my questions is scope of this, because as you said, it doesn't take care of the entire complex over there. And are we keeping, if you look at the soccer fields, I have a lot of questions. Are we doing grass or are we shifting that to turf? Are we fencing the whole thing so we can start charging?
That should remain grass. Turf is, I mean, there's more and more teams going away from turf because of injuries.
Yeah.
That I would rather not get into. I mean, my personal opinion is that there are so many injuries now on turf that you're starting to see more schools go the opposite direction because of all the problems that it's caused.
One question I had, if we just do the softball field and the baseball field. And all of that drainage goes into the soccer field. Does that then, where does that drainage go now from the soccer field? Does
I
that,
don't,
does that?
There's no drainage
I think
there.
it lays up against the.
Everything just lays.
It's-
Just pulls up.
And
Is
all those
potential-
fields, it just lays.
If is there a potential if we do the baseball field and the softball field? Is there potential of possible drainage from the soccer field draining down into the softball field?
Well, what you just need to do is run the.
it's all downhill.
Just need to run the
I
French
mean, it's
drain
downhill.
across the
So
whole map.
if
There is,
If you're
they
trenching,
did do that a few years ago, so our outfield is decent there. The issues are the infield and the water that comes off of the road, Fairfield.
off of Fairfield, is that where the French drain is at the bottom of that?
We added one.
It needs to go the
So
whole
it's,
length.
it's better, but nothing ties into the stormwater
Well,
system,
then
so
what's the point?
it's.
It's not
right,
tying into
It just
anything.
moves water away from the areas.
Right, so if you're gonna French drain and put a more drainage at the baseball field and put more drainage at the softball field. You're digging the hole anyway, and it could be quite honest, it's probably not gonna be that much more. To just do a drain the whole line across. And reseed, I wouldn't put turf down, so you just reseed the soccer.
Grass.
Do you see what I'm saying? I would prefer,
Get a couple of different
and you,
engineering looks at it as far as drainage, whether how you do with the, French drain the whole side of that hill.
yeah,
And then have it go to the stormwater, or, you do the fields and turf and as far as the baseball
This-
fields and stuff.
This kind of answered my,
There's no way
That's my
to
question.
divert the drainage that's coming off of Fairfield that runs down that road that goes down.
it's a hill, I mean, you could.
It just, and
Stick a you could
Yeah,
stick a retaining
just
wall
runs.
and stick a French drain down there, but you're just might as well just stick the French drain and make it wide enough that it goes into the wastewater. The fact that
Mhm.
it's not going anywhere. So you're putting a French drain into nowhere, so it's really doing nothing.
Yeah, there's no way. to
Except for
direct it
diverting it onto
off the
another field.
Rather than have
So
it
the
come
baseball
down.
field gets saved and the soccer field gets wetter. That's essentially what's happening.
So I will bring, since we've worked with Livic on later, I'll bring, a proposal from them. I'd be more comfortable with the civil engineers looking at drainage on that whole complex rather than AstroTurf, who sells a
Yeah.
product to us, so, I'll engage with Livic.
Okay,
Cause if you can fix the
Civil
drainage
engineer.
and stuff, it'd probably be a lot less money.
Yeah.
If you
Go that route
If you do
first.
the drainage separate, you know what the turf costs. You have those costs
right.
without the engineering. That's that proposal that's linked in your agendas. So,
Before you put any money, we gotta fix the drainage problem.
yeah, and whether you convert to turf or not, that's gonna solve a lot of issues. You may not have to turf.
Well, that's what I'm saying
If we take care of the water.
problem there is the drainage and stop.
The drainage,
Yeah.
the drainage and the pitch of the grade and everything on the property. And
It's like there's a Fairfield where everything's going downhill and then it goes into
Yeah.
a pool and it goes nowhere. Except, I mean, you have like a little mitigation around the baseball field, but the rest of it just
Yeah.
goes down into a pond.
Yeah.
You could flood it in
Has
the
that
winter
go
for
down
ice.
through
I just can't.
I agree with you, Sharon. I think we really.
Yeah, fix the drainage first before we spend any money on doing anything else.
Doing turf and staying with grass and just really putting really good grass down.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are we looking towards funding these zones?
So you just transferred the 700 plus to capital. You could earmark that and then do some sort of fundraising effort. I think there would be interest in helping with that.
Especially if you're doing all three fields,
Mhm.
then you
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
three
like Brad
different
said.
sports.
Your drainage, I don't know that that's gonna hit 700,000. I would hope not.
Oh, it's not, there's no way.
So,
And talk to local contractors too, because there's a lot of people out there that do that live in the district. I can think of three right off the top of my head.
we'll have to bid it.
So, right, but that's what I'm
I'll have
saying
to
is
bid.
that we'll
Make sure they get
put
the
it
bid
out to
documents.
bid, but I'm just saying that,
Does the soccer field have a scoreboard?
Yep,
yeah.
Yeah, it does.
yeah, that's right now, the oldest over there. We replaced baseball and softball at the same time, I think. And then soccer's an older board. It actually may be due.
There's no bleachers in the soccer field, is it? It's just.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're on.
they're in the parking
Other
lot
side.
side of McCall.
They actually blew away in a storm, so they're newer. There's an insurance claim. There's some newer bleachers over there. It blew away. Yep.
Oh, no.
And then fencing, it does protect the property,
Yeah.
so.
We have
And I think
fencing
if
on.
we put that much work into it, we probably should fence it.
Up top.
Keeps people
Trust me,
from
I'm not
walking
through the
across
gate
it because
and
it's
I'm
a nice
nice
shortcut.
I would mention something
I think a
before
lot of
about
people
maybe
use it that way.
by the middle school that they were talking about maybe continuing it down through
Yeah,
there.
they're supposed to continue. Yep. Yep, so, okay. Oh, well, that was my other one, timeline on this, so if we do something, we're gonna have to move because those fields they're used constantly, so. Once we get the civil engineering done on it, we'll have to get things out to bid and start moving with permitting and everything else. I don't know if it's realistic that this will be done for the fall season. With the timelines on permitting and everything.
No, especially because you're talking about drainage into the wastewater,
Yep.
to the borough, and you're gonna have top pressure. That's fine.
But we won't
Next.
have Crabtree on it, so Todd might be a little. Thanks.
All right, good.
That helps.
Any other final thoughts on that? All right. I'll wrap that up and move us on to our final public comment portion of the evening. Hey, Jack, before you talk, I just, as a matter of record, I don't want the comment that you made when you turned around and walked away, we can't.
I didn't even, they can't even comment towards anybody.
No, you didn't say it to anybody, but there was some profanity in there. We can't have.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if there was, but.
Just one
About,
of
Dan, about Neil Rowe. He was, on the Penn State Blue Band. This picture was up in the school. Now, is that still around?
The music department pictures are hanging in the music department hallway.
Okay. About free, foreign exchange students.
I don't know what those pictures are. We've had many foreign exchange students come through.
Now, you had three main ones. They were the first three that were there.
Not aware of those pictures.
Huh?
I am not aware of those pictures.
Well, they were hanging up for the old,
Not in my
old
time.
school.
No,
Yeah, well, they were, I saw them hanging there.
not in my time.
Boy. And, yeah, I just like to, there was a friend of mine passed away, played basketball, he played, baseball, Gary Harris. And he was buried this past, Saturday. I couldn't make it, I had to ride down to the Baptist church. But, he was good at football, good at basketball. That's why I say we had to be really good at basketball. We only had three sports back then. We only had basketball, football, and wrestling. And that's we had cheerleaders. Cheerleaders did the things on the goalpost. They had a manual, a hand thing on the scoreboard. They had it over there towards the visitor side where it should be now. Where our football coach could see it. But then they didn't make it. They made it put it where it was now. And it's the way it is. I'd like you to find out where these three foreign exchange students is, who sold bonds. To bring these foreign exchange students here, they're the three main ones, and they were hung up. Three first ones hung up in the thing. And there was I don't think there was many and Neil Rowe. That's Ray Rowe's boy. He was a shop teacher. And there was somebody else that was Penn State thing. And Vicky Williams and Craig Walsh were cheerleaders for Penn State. And the main thing. I like to see them recognized too. And that's something to be a cheerleader for Penn State. And that.
All right, Jack, your time's up again, buddy. Thank you. All right, no one else in the room. We'll go to Zoom. Raise your hand if you would like to comment. All right, seeing none, that'll conclude the public comment portion and we'll move to adjourn. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Second. Any final comments, thoughts? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everyone.